Welcome back to another episode of the Jovial Pursuit podcast. I'm your host, Jovi, with my co-host Brandon, and we got a special guest this week, Art Smocks of Stroller Social Club. This is the group that I've been telling you guys about for like 5 months now or so, 5 or 6 months. Um, and it's the group of men that we meet up with once a month where we get a chance to talk amongst ourselves about parenting and fatherhood, issues as far as postpartum depression in men or depression in general, or any other sort of instances that you're having difficulties with. It's just a brotherhood group that I've been blessed to find and be a part of, even if it takes me 2 hours sometimes to get there. I'm pulling up. Oh yeah, Brandon, I pull up.
Two hours.
Yeah.
Oh man.
We leave at 8 to get there by 10.
Dang man.
But
That's good.
welcome, Art.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. And
Nice,
I tell Joe Bond every time when he pulls up, I admire the dedication right there. And we're going to be working on getting a gathering up closer to his location so he doesn't have to drive 2 hours one of these days.
one of these days. Um, so Art, can you give us a little background about, I guess first initially your community background? Because as we've talked about it, you've been working in the community for many years now. So give us that information there.
So community always has been something that's been dear to me. Growing up as a youth, I spent a lot of time in community rec centers, engaging with different kids, different organizations, different like church bodies as well. And that kind of led into my work life and my adult life. Because my first job was a community job. I was
Mhm.
a neighborhood lifeguard. And so in doing that for a number of years, it then spread into city work where once
Mhm.
we moved to California, I became a part of the neighborhood leadership program, which
Mhm.
prepped me for a few other positions. And then through a mutual friend that I had met in Texas, they exposed me to the Daddy Stroller Social Club. And in
Nice.
that, I really vibed with it because it was capturing a community aspect while also touching on something that was near and dear to my heart, which
Mhm.
is postpartum depression in males. And that really hits home because I suffered through it and did not have a community or a source to pull on from in that time.
Mhm.
And so once DSSC was founded in Texas
Texas.
by Calvin Bridgewater,
Mhm.
and it was shown to me, and I was given a resource of just men to talk to be poured into, to just really share the weight with. I realized that this was something that needed to be out here. And shortly after that, they invited me to become the LA rep for Los Angeles County, essentially. And so
Nice.
now I host strides or gatherings
Mhm.
all the way up from Long Beach up to the IE. We've done some out in, what is it, Santa Monica. And yeah, we're working our way up. So next thing you know, we'll probably start a chapter down at San Diego. Maybe we'll do a trip down there. And then we'll see what we can get started out in Riverside.
Nice, nice. I know it's been it's been a great thing for me to be involved with. Dealing with my own struggles, um, of just not connecting. I love my kid out the gate, but the extra sensory connection wasn't there for me. And it was a couple months before I really felt that bond, that full trigger and notion that, oh, oh yeah, no, we go together now. Like we 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 do a whole thing. And especially when my wife went back to work and I'm a stay-at-home dad myself, and I had that time, and now I'm teaching and it's built and Brandon and I talk about it all the time on the show where I'm like, I'm loving this. And then I come out and I have a chance to speak with the other brothers in the group where it's like there's so many things that either I didn't know or others didn't know that I knew, that we are able to transfer the information and really help one another. Um, Brandon also has a background in community service. We talk about it from time to time on the show, but if you want to give a quick highlight, Brandon. That'd be nice.
Oh, of which thing? The youth center?
You do bro, you're everywhere.
Give an
Yeah.
overview of it all.
Yeah. Give us your
I
background,
mean,
Brandon.
I'm a firm believer in like wherever you are, be all there. Like be like have some ownership in how the community's looking. So I kind of
Right.
like being a part of anything and everything that's going on, just to sort of connect with people, build a build a bond with everyone. Um, there's there's a I help out at a youth center. We do stuff
He's
with
great with
church.
kids. He's great with kids.
No, no,
I want everyone to
no,
know it.
no. It's bad, man.
the
Wait,
the
say it
joke
again.
he said is bad.
It's bad.
How?
This man is great with kids. He
No,
meets them at their level.
Oh, see,
Child.
that's the
which
best.
but it's not good. It's not good though, because like right now, some of the young folk, they're a little unhinged. So I'm like, I can match that. Like,
Yeah.
you wanna go dark humor? We can go right there. Like,
See, but
I'm
I
with you.
think kids need that though. They need that relatability. Like you have
Right.
dark humor. There's satirical humor every day. You need to find
Mhm.
an adult that matches that sometimes. Cause like I remember being a kid and
Facts.
having a dark joke or two, and you say it to a parent, and the next thing you know, they're like, somebody get this kid. There's something wrong with him. Like how badly I would have needed for you to laugh at that joke and give me something dark back. Like, come
Right.
on, like it's okay. We're not gonna die.
Yeah. But I mean, it's these days, maybe it's just that there's too much material that can get really dark really quickly that I'm
That's
like,
fair enough.
There's
That's
a lot
fair enough.
of
I can't,
Dude, right now, there's so much material.
you know, like
material.
I mean, the fact that I had seen someone had shown me this clip. Um, it was a clip. I think it was someone in Saudi Arabia as like drones were coming down. It was during a drone attack, and they started singing like it was like Bruno Mars, like if the world was ending, I want to be standing next to you. And they're singing it as they're like filming, and I'm like, guys, like it used to be that we could make it like we could make it like a month, maybe 6 months before you're like, now we can joke about it. This was real time. Like I'm singing it as I'm filming.
That's
Like,
the darkest, hilarious thing.
ooh,
Talk about catch a grenade for you.
but
Oh,
then
shit.
that's what I mean though. Like these days, I'm kind of like,
They got
ooh,
one in
Oh, oh gosh.
yeah,
It's hilarious.
And this is why
yeah,
we don't get views. It's me. It's
Dude,
definitely me.
I will let y'all know that my humor is not representative of the organization at all.
yeah,
Oh,
They are wholesome, they are loving, they're caring,
yeah.
you
very
know,
true.
as are we. But sometimes a joke is a joke. 'Cause I
Hey,
mean,
a
there's so
coin
many
has two
references.
sides,
There's
just
so
like
many
people.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was
So no,
that's
I.
funny.
But that's what I mean. Like, but
It's hilarious.
that's the thing where I'm like, guys, this is hitting fast. Like, this is different. Like, if someone's like, "Ooh, I should film it," and yeah, I got the
Yeah.
thing for this. That's where it's like, "Oh, guys, we're
That's
I will say,
that's comedy.
I think that brings back into that whole conversation of like appropriate comedy
Mm-hmm.
and realizing that not everybody can tell a joke, but a joke can be told by somebody. Like
Mhm.
Ooh,
I don't
that's
think
good.
there's such thing as person like as an inappropriate joke when told by the right person. Now a
Yeah.
joke can be told inappropriately. Don't get me wrong, man. We've seen that
Mhm.
time and time and time
Mhm.
and time again. But I feel like
Mhm.
comedy is really one of those stages that should be left like free and clear for the right person at the right time to tell a
Agreed.
Yeah. Yeah.
joke.
You have to
Yeah.
be able to read the room.
You
And there's
do.
some people. Hey,
100%.
oh no,
Yeah.
no.
We oh man, we haven't really caught up after this week. There's some good stuff out there
Oh.
that was going
There's
down.
yeah.
That was some
There's
really
a
good
lot.
stuff.
Yeah, usually Brandon and I we'll chat about what's going on in the world. And there's so much. There's just so much going on right now.
There is. There's a lot.
Yeah.
I
Well,
want I want to open that door, but I should keep it shut for the interview.
I was
Like,
gonna
I'm
say
When we
we should definitely be like, all right, let's keep on our like community involvement. Dad's,
Yep,
it's phenomenal. It's
dad.
great. Like,
He's a great dad too. All
oh
right,
man,
Brandon here. He's a great dad. he he teaches me. I model my parenting off of him constantly because as much as I've always wanted to be a dad and I've had some skills, I've had enough of a rough life that the overlap doesn't always do it properly. So where
Mm.
I'm like, I need Brandon's guidance and like how are you maintaining? Because brother, I'm crumbling. So what's up?
You have
um
to
yeah.
be in that dad role, like that postpartum part, you have to fight really hard for a relationship with your kid. Like,
Yeah.
they show up on the scene and a lot of people don't realize or don't think about, like, mom. Like, you don't
Hmm.
know me. I'm I'm a stranger right
You
now.
heard my voice out there, but you don't know the face. And you
Yeah.
still can't see for like 3, 4 months.
Yeah, but you don't know that we're good or like that.
Hmm.
So you gotta like fight for it.
Yeah, it was definitely challenging sometimes. And I myself have just kind of like a disconnect from people in general. It's a bit sociopathic at times where I'm just disconnected. I have a sense of not caring, but I want to. I'm always striving to. And being a part of your group it's allowed me more and more openness with this. The men that come to the group, um, we've been able to talk about, like I mentioned earlier, a multitude of different things. Can you tell me maybe some of the experiences, without obviously going too far into it, that you might have talked about or overheard with some of just the men worldwide in the conversation?
Yeah, man. The conversations are very transparent, you know. We've had everything from, and my personal included, dads talking about death, surrounding infant mortality or stillbirths. We've
Hmm.
had dads come in talking about the war within, being the loving, caring, giving dad, or being the stern, not standing for disciplinarian. We've
Hmm.
had dads come in just talking about lack of sleep, exhaustion, the inability to focus mentally, and like what that looks like when caring for a child. We've talked to dads, or I've talked to dads who have been on the breaking point. Like they're like, "Here, take the baby, bro. Like just
Hmm.
take the baby. Like I can't do it anymore." And to be able to converse with these dads and to really come to a sense of understanding, where at the end of these strides, I'm not saying they're like heal, hold, and complete, but they
Right.
are definitely in a lighter place. They're able to go back home and have conversations with their spouses that they weren't able to have before. They're able to go back home and look at their children in gratitude versus like that constant ire of responsibility.
Right.
And so yeah, those are some of the key points that I've noticed have been consistent throughout the conversations that I've shared with different dads.
Hmm. Question for you, Brandon. Do you get many fathers that come in discussing these sort of notions?
Um, kind of. The guys that like actually discuss some of this stuff, it's it's usually like African American or like Latino men. Like I don't get too many white fellows that are like, how could I improve myself? like like it's I mean
That's valid.
it's not always that way, but
Hmm.
like like there's like it is it seems like I see much more sort of minorities that start diving into those topics
Yeah.
than I do see like a Caucasian guy, talking about it.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's because I don't know that they have those struggles. Mostly because they're like, sleep deprivation, that is the wife's problem. That is not mine. And
Mm.
like, or they'll
The
be like, I
cultures are
don't,
different.
yeah, yeah. So it's
Hmm.
like, no, that's like I had heard of one person one time that like actually told one of their children, like, it's not my responsibility to have a relationship with you. That's your mother's. Like,
Dang.
so, so like culturally, like
That's that
It's a little bit of
1930s
everything.
shit.
That does sound like 19, like 20s s, 2030s.
Yeah.
It's alive and well in certain communities.
Yeah.
Like, so I it comes up, but I think there's certain cultures that are doing more to sort of dive into it.
Mhm.
And I think I think a lot of guys, especially if they don't have like an idea of vulnerability and someone raising the going like I'm struggling or I need some assistance.
Right.
They just they will not do it until their breaking point. So
Yeah,
sometimes when they do bring it up, it's like a really big crisis.
Mhm.
that makes sense. Because I
That's
know I've seen like a
yeah.
lot of like people of color don't necessarily have that community to pull from either. So it's like I
Mm.
can't
Mhm.
go to my dad and go and say, "Hey, dad,
Yeah,
like I'm dealing with sleep deprivation. I'm dealing with mental burnout. I'm like I'm about to snap. Like, what do I do? What did you do?" Like, he
Mhm.
can't tell me that. He was in prison.
mhm,
He wasn't even there the first 7 years of my life, and then after that, he was an alcoholic when he came back. So there's no
Mine was
connection.
non-existent. He wasn't in the
See?
picture at all.
So it's like, where do we turn to for that advice? And that's
mhm.
where our community comes in because now
Mhm.
Jovan and me are talking about similar experiences. And we're like, well, okay, man, I know not to do it this way, bro, because I did it this way with my
Mhm.
8-year-old and it didn't really turn out that well. I
Right.
can't tell you how to do it, but I can give you like some things not
What
to
not
do.
to do.
I can definitely tell you that.
Yeah, facts.
Don't
I
go
can
to
tell you, don't do that. I can tell you 100%, don't do that. No, you guys are highlighting good points. Brandon, on the cultural side, um, not to get too far into it, but there is a difference in between people of color and how they treat and parent their children, and white people and how they treat and parent their children. And this goes back for eons, so just do your history research. But there was a larger role of the men in African, Latino societies, or South American Hispanic societies, where it was a true pool together sort of situation. And
yeah,
you still see those, especially like when you're in the islands and stuff. Like, dad's a part of the mix. They in the kitchen, they helping with the babies, they're out
yeah,
helping farm and stuff. Like, it's a whole thing. And I will say one thing that I'm glad about seeing in DSSC is there are white gentlemen that are pulling up, and I spoke with one this past event where we really talked, like we exchanged numbers, talking about the things that he had been going through with his young one, because he's only a couple months old, and he's still learning stuff, and just simple like one of the simple things that I brought up that he was talking about was gripe water. And like they were afraid
yeah.
to use it at first because of the conversation around it. I'm like, we use gripe water and our kid's fine. So I could tell you it's most likely going to be okay unless I have an allergic reaction. But there are a lot of just calm down, soothing like medicines or, supplements that help. I don't care if the
Mhm.
FDA approved it or not. It's water and agave and maybe a little lemon juice. Do I need approval for that?
Right.
As long as my kid's calming down after a fit, I'm fine.
Mhm.
And it's this back and forth that we're able to have, and especially breaching the cultural gap, the multicultural gap. Like,
No.
I'm seeing more and more blend in the group. Now, there have been a bit of clicks at first, not clicks, but like gathering black men go to gravitate to black men, white men gravitate to white men. But now the more that this goes on, I'm seeing the intermingling of it all. And that's what we need in this world. Dads coming together and the best way that they can, trying to progressively like treat their families better, move forward positively and everything like that.
Mhm.
That's the culture that we need as fathers. We have a bad rep right now. And it's these groups that were coming together and that are changing that narrative one day at a
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
I can't thank you enough, Art. Like seeing you post
Yeah.
about it that first time, I was ready to pull up. I knew it was gonna be a hike, and I remember being there, like, we showed up, like, we were one of the first ones there,
Yeah,
and
word.
we were like, "Oh, how many are gonna pull up?" And even though it was a small group, the group came together, and that's all I could ask for.
True.
Yeah.
To be able to walk and talk with you all has been an amazing process of my parenthood, and I'd like to say
Uh-huh.
thank you.
Hey, man, you know what? In all honesty, I thank y'all for coming out because just as much as these strides give to y'all, it gives to me. Like there's a lot of moving parts in the background. So when everything finally comes together for that Saturday or that Sunday, and to see you all again and to really be in y'all's energy and aura and check in and really like just be source for that space, it does so much for me, man. It fills me up for the next month and it makes me want to get more involved and more active and just like really look at my parenting as a father and how can I continue to be like what I didn't receive, like that idea of fatherhood that I had.
Right.
Because
Mhm.
we all have a different idea of it. Like
Mhm.
everybody's fatherhood is I think unique to them and what they either had as a kid, didn't have as a kid, and what they want to give their children. And so like being around y'all, I'm consistently sharpening that. Like even with our new rep, Kareem,
Mhm.
having him there in the space, man, he is like every time I look at him, I just be like, man, that dude's a good dad. I said, Kareem, what you doing this
Yeah.
week with your kids, man? What's going on? Like, what are you doing about this? Because I got a 3-year-old who's hitting and biting now, and he thinks it's
Mhm.
funny. Like he gets a kick out of smacking me, and I'm just like, now
Mhm.
don't hit him back, okay? We've
Right.
established that that is what you don't do. Don't hit him back, okay? Talk to him, explain your
Breathe.
emotions and feelings and how it makes you feel.
Mhm.
And then you can walk away. You can walk away. He's a 3-year
That
old.
part.
You can't catch me.
I
Come on.
can't I know how to
Come
lock
on.
a door.
Come on. Exactly. I know how to lock a door. Like
I'll
now
put a
what?
chair behind that bad
You
boy.
can't
Try
beat me
that.
anymore. I'm safe.
Oh, man. Brandon, did you have any questions in particular for Art?
Man, I think the main question I had was like what was the inspiration for getting involved in doing what you do?
Okay, man. So the inspiration's heavy. Like, are y'all ready
Oh.
to go? Y'all ready to go dark?
Let's do
Okay.
it.
This real quick. All right, man. So, so for my wife and I, second pregnancy, you know, y'all just saw my mom in the background. She helps out every now and again. And so during my wife's second pregnancy for our son Ari, it was just a tough pregnancy, man. Like flat out. Like she was bedridden for she was bedridden for like 7 out of the 9 months. Like literally couldn't move, couldn't really get out. Anytime she got out of bed, there was like immense pain, just a lot of bearing down on her body. And so we did that for essentially 7 to 9 months. I'm trying to work at Trader Joe's at the time, really building out where I'm going in that career path, working my way up. And while I am doing that, it was very interesting because she
That'd be life, man. That'd be
bro, man,
life.
Yeah.
let me straight up life, you like dad brain. So okay. So rough pregnancy.
Mhm.
We get into the birthing window time and she all of a sudden like starts bleeding like really heavy. Like
Whoa.
mucus plug's not out, and it's really weird. So we go to the hospital. They go to check for his heartbeat. No heartbeat. Nothing. Completely gone. So
Oh.
then we go to the hospital because we were having Ari at a birth center. We get to the hospital, they confirm that he's stillborn. Like there's no pulse, no heartbeat, no fetal movement, nothing. And so essentially, man, you know that like that moment in the movie where the world just kind of comes crashing down to black?
Mhm.
It's just
Mhm.
like that. So
Mm.
I'm in a daze, I'm in a
Man.
haze. Mind you, at that point, she still has to have the baby. 'Cause they don't just
Yeah.
magically
Right.
disappear in your body. Like for some reason, I don't know why I thought that. I thought when a baby dies inside a lady, you know, hey, it'll
Just
disintegrate.
reabsorb.
Right, you get reabsorbed. No,
Mm.
no, you wholeheartedly gotta have
Mm-mm.
the baby.
Yeah.
That right there
Mhm.
in itself was a shocker to me because they tell you not to look during the process. But it's like, how many of y'all are not gonna look?
I
See?
looked the
No.
whole time.
See? See?
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
It's different when the
Yep.
baby's dead, bro. Don't look.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that right
Yep.
now. Don't
Mhm.
look. Because the baby isn't bimodal. It's
Well,
not moving. There's no shoulder
mhm,
movement. There's no like muscles automatically grabbing and control. Everything's just loose and
yeah,
flail and limp. And when they get the
Yeah.
baby out, they kind of have to like pull by the head and
yeah,
like
Yeah.
it's dark. Like every now and again, I still like have like
Yeah.
visions of. I'm just like, oh, I'm like, get it out, get it out.
Yeah,
And
man.
so, um, uh, after that process, man, you just go home differently because apparently when you have a stillborn, like your paternity leave's not covered.
Oh,
You
yeah.
get
No.
nothing. You get
Yeah.
no type of compensation, no help,
no,
no like therapy on the spot, like nothing. There's nothing. You're left with a baby. You go home without a baby. You get nothing.
Yeah. And it's like they
that's
high five you
heartbreaking.
like, "Hey, good luck out there." And you're
Literally,
like,
they don't like live 2 days in the hospital and get out. Bye. And
"Yeah.
so after that, I tried to go back to work, but it just wasn't the same. And you know how Trader Joe's is. It's all friendly smiles, sunshine,
Yeah.
and dark jokes
Yeah."
behind your back. You never know. And so I couldn't do it, man. We had kids coming in left and right, smiling, whoop-de wooing, yada yada, and I couldn't take it, man. So
Yeah.
I had a mental break at one moment, and I told
I
my
get
general
that.
manager at the time, I was like, I gotta quit. I gotta walk away. He's like, what? Like, I'll do you put in 2 weeks? I said, no, today is my last day. I am walking
Yeah.
out. I can't.
Yeah.
I cannot. Like, cause like it gets to the point to where there's this weirdness. And I see
Mhm.
like, you remember those stories about people who would like kidnap other people's babies to like replace the baby that they lost? Like those moments, those thoughts
Though,
are real, bro.
yeah.
Like
Oh,
you're like, this is my baby now. It's like, no, wait a minute.
it's
Whoa, no,
not.
it's not. I
Yeah.
lost my
Yeah.
child. This child is
Mhm,
adorable. Yes. It is
Yeah.
not coming home with me. End of the day.
mhm.
And so I took some time away from work to really trying to like refocus. And me and my wife started doing our own thing. And then in that space, Damani Anderson, who's a therapist and was like and is real close to Daddy Stroller Social Club with the founder, Calvin Bridgewater. They approached me and they were like, man, we want to rally around you during this time, like really support you and just like be there for you. And it was a great space for conversation and community so that when we had our next baby, which was unplanned, we weren't really trying to have another kid yet. It just kind of happened. Bodies,
Mhm.
grief, they do interesting
Yep.
things. Babies get made. And we had our rainbow baby Sage. And
Mhm.
so during that early birthing process, we were nomadic, and throughout our nomadicism, again, Calvin and Damani were just there, present throughout. I mean, talking like helping us out with funds to secure housing, making sure we're okay mentally and emotionally, checking in
Mhm.
on me, and just really just being present, man. And so with that, I realized that there was so much more that I had to do in the community because I know that there was another dad who's gone through this and who didn't have community or anybody to talk to and who was sitting in their own destructive thoughts, like letting it whittle away at them, like killing their creativity, like squashing their desire to be around other people. Because me, like I'm a butterfly, bro. Like I love to
You are,
just
dude.
I love
You
it.
are.
Love it, man.
You
Like
out there, man.
I can sit in my house for maybe a day, maybe, and then I gotta
Bro,
be
I'm
out.
locked
I
in.
gotta be
I'm
free.
locked
I'll
in
go have a
here, man.
conversation with a random stranger and just like get the jollies and just really figure out what it
Yep.
is that makes them tick. Like people are just interesting to me like that.
Mhm.
And so knowing if that was my innate calling, I just figured like it was a shoe in. I went through the training with Daddy Stroller Social Club. They informed us on what to do, how to do it, metrics and stuff like that. And we're working on bringing in a psychiatrist and a
Nice.
psychologist so that they can just be in the space to, have
Oh,
conversation. Because sometimes dad to dad's not enough. Sometimes you need dad to professional to dad, to
Mhm.
really like talk it out and understand what's working and what's leaning you towards these thoughts or those thoughts or what's
yeah.
keeping you centered so you can keep doing it more.
Right.
Like even that whole active part is a strong component in mental health for being a dad. Like I went
Mhm.
swimming yesterday and I felt the best I have felt in a long time. So it's like now I know I need to start reincorporating that into my workout. That gives me the energy I need to play. That gives me the focus. That gives me like mental clarity. There's so many positives that come from these
Mhm.
things, and we only discover it because we're having these kind of conversations in our dad groups. Like
Right.
dads are being vulnerable. Like this worked for me, man. Try it. this didn't work for me. I wouldn't. I'm not saying don't try, but I'm just telling you it didn't work for me.
Right.
And so
Yeah.
in those spaces, that's where I realized like that whole darkness that came from me getting into this organization is really like the silver lining in creating this change in the male community,
Yeah.
because like toxic masculinity is the thing that keeps us silent. It tells us
Mhm.
that we don't need to share our problems. It tells us that we are not sensitive. It tells us that we can handle it on our own, when in reality we were born into a community. We will
Mhm.
thrive in a community, and community is
Yes.
one of the main ways to make sure that we are okay, that we are sound, that we have
Preach.
not gone to an extreme either one way or the other. We're not
Mhm.
living in a
Mhm.
delusional fantasy world, and we're not stuck in a super depressive, like bleak state. So
Amen.
Yeah.
there's so much beauty in the community, and that's the story behind why I got involved from the death of
Man.
my own son. So yeah.
I I love that you were able to bounce back after such a difficult time. Brandon knows this about me. I don't know if I've really talked about it on the show much. But we also lost our first.
Mm.
And it was a very numb time for me. I was there for my wife emotionally as best as I could be. I wanted her to, know that I'm here. We could talk about it and, seek the help that she need and so forth. But I didn't take care of myself in that time. And it wasn't until maybe like a year and a half later that I recognized, oh, this is still affecting me. And I'm dealing with a form of depression right now, and I
Mhm.
didn't have a group to really rely on. I wasn't even really talking to my friends as much about it at that time.
Mm.
Um,
'Cause they don't get
just a couple here and there, right? Unless like, and that's the thing, because we didn't talk about it. I don't know what my friends have been through. I don't know if Brandon's been through this. I don't know if my friend Tanner's been through this. I'm unaware because we haven't broached those conversations. And the first time that I really talked about it in a long time was with one of the men at the event last time,
Mhm.
mm,
where I spoke to this notion of, we were supposed to have a child in 2019. Well, we got pregnant in August 2019, and we were immediately elated. We've always wanted a child together, and to go to the next appointment and well, we went on vacation because my sister got married. Jill wasn't feeling right. Something had happened out there. We got back. I saw the look on the nurses' faces. Immediately, I knew something was up, and they stopped answering questions. They shut down, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, we're here now.
Yeah.
And it's one of the most devastating feelings I've ever had in my entire life. But it let me know that I truly wanted this. I wanted to be a father, and I was ready and prepared. And this time around, I'm putting my energy into what I once should have had.
Yeah.
And now being able to be vulnerable and communicate with others in the group, I know I'm doing something right. And it's funny that I'm even a part of this group now because, as Brandon knows, I have notes of wanting to start a fathers group. I was writing it while my wife was pregnant, and I was going over these things with him, and then I stumble upon your page.
same.
And how it was gonna be like a couple months after my daughter was born that I could bring her into the mix, and I was like, "Well, I don't need to do it. There's already one out here." But
Mhm.
I after this conversation, I feel even more inclined to start said group because we need this to spread everywhere.
We do.
And we need the collaborative efforts of each group to come together because I want dads to succeed.
Yeah.
I want them to be good parents. I want them to have good and happy relationships. I want them to be good to themselves.
Right.
And the way that I'm learning how to be good to myself through all of this.
Hey, That right there is the whole mission, man. Like we got to get you in. Let's get you orchestrated. We got a 6 week training program. You can jump in. I'll get you a
Jump
shirt.
me in.
We'll get you a
That's how
hat.
you know it's rough. Jump me in.
Jump you
This
in.
man's
Jump
been in
you in,
Cali
man.
for so long. Gotta do jump ins.
There
It's
you
like
go.
we need that though, because it's like especially for the
Right.
dads up in that section that like you cover that whole top part of California. Like that right there is hard to get to, and I know that
Well,
there's
I'm
dads
down here.
down. Wait,
Yeah. I'm down of south of LA.
okay, so you're south of like
Yeah,
I'm in Long
I'm like
Beach.
at the tail end of the IE.
Okay, so then yeah,
Yeah.
it's like especially that big of a network out there, man. Like
Mhm.
it
There's
needs to be
nothing
tapped
over
into.
here.
It needs it.
And I know there's dads. I see them walking their kids in my neighborhood out here. Like dads be out here. I even walked up to a gentleman at the park. My my daughter Issa kept looking at his daughter and she wanted to go play. And she was nervous. She like creep up and eventually I'm like, I pick her up and I'll go walk over. I'm like, hey, my daughter wants to meet your kid. Is that all right? And we had an open discussion for the last like 20 minutes that we were there. So now we can pop over at the park on Tuesdays and Thursdays and know that they'll probably be over there. And
See,
Yeah.
that's awesome. I've gotten confidence to talk to other men and dads through the group.
Mhm.
And oh, hold on. All right, we got to wrap up here soon, but um I want to leave on this good advice. Dads, reach out. We need to.
Mhm.
We cannot do this alone.
so true.
Like Art said, we are born into a community. We are never meant to leave that type of situation. Hermiting is one of the worst things that we do to ourselves. I've lived that life and I could tell you clear as day, it's not good. It's not a good life.
Yeah.
So I want you to have a good life. I want you to seek help when you need help and not just the, oh, I think I got it. Just reach out a little bit.
Yeah.
Double check.
Yep.
We're here for you. Your other brothers, fathers, we're out here for you. Just reach out. Seek one of the clubs, get involved, start a men's group for yourself. Find something because it's going to be one of the best decisions you make for the rest of your life.
Yep.
Do you guys have any parting words for the rest of the group?
Let's see. I will say, as a dad, you are only as good as what you know. So, the more people you know, the more access to information you have. Build out your circle, know more. You can do more, so you can be your best self.
Facts.
That's good. I don't have anything to add. That you guys like covered that. That was good.
I was like, Brandon. He's like,
Nuh-uh.
y'all plagiarized
Hey,
my paper.
Amen. Amen. Go. Do it.
Let
Do
the
it this time.
church say amen. Absolutely. All right, y'all. I think that's our time. Peace and love. We'll see you later.
Peace.